It's all good fun. All right, we should be able to do this now. Yeah, test talk.
He's a fucking nightmare, guys. I do apologize. Our technical fucking guy is fucking shite.
Oh,
Can
man.
you hear me now? Can you hear
Oh,
me now, guys?
wait, I'll explain quickly. So what I was trying to do, they should catch up in a second. What I was trying to do was when I record this, you can set it so that your recording and then my recording would split into two different audio tracks. And it was just a test thing to see if I could clean up our audios a bit, um, and just like bring our levels back more together. Uh, but I accidentally set it so that the stream would not pick up your audio; it would only pick up my
I
audio.
don't care, mate. Don't fucking care. All right, back to the gazebo story. So I went in, bought this fucking gazebo. The nightmares on GMs. Bought this gazebo on my accident on my card. Went back, had an argument with the guy I bought it for because he was like, "Oh, you're not putting that on my job." I was like, "Well, I bought it with your fucking card. It has to go on somebody's fucking job."
Hmm.
And he's like, "Nah, not going on my job." And a bit of an argument back and forth, back and forth. I went back to the shop and I was like, "Look, can I just return this on this credit card and then buy it exactly the same on this credit card?" Sorry, mate. So what do you mean? He's like, "Oh, our return policy is 2 days." I'm like, fucking prick. So I had to put an expense thing in. But what he done though, because me and another guy that was working on the job, we'd experience, so we can see when things aren't going fucking wrong, when things aren't going right. And so we will just come, because I've been there long enough, he can't say fucking nothing to me. So I was just trying to go, "This is fucking shit, mate. You know, you need to sort this crap out because it's just not going to happen on site." And so he can't pick on me. So he picked on my Indian colleague, and he basically, and I was like winding this Indian guy up. I was like, "I think he's racist. I think he's racist." And then I went and told my boss, I was like, "Oh, mate, you need to fucking watch out for that because I think he's fucking racist."
That's so fucked.
Yeah, you are right, Lionheart. Minimum of Nightfalls is 1335. Um, so obviously that is full 1320s across the board, and then whatever your artifact is fucking pumping out. But remember, guys, if you do a nightfall on legendary, keep one guy behind, go forward. You can get an 8 times XP boost, which is basically near enough a level.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry guys, we just jump in. There's obviously people in the stream, in the chat
Yeah,
talking
they're
and
going
stuff like
hard
that.
for
Talking
GMs,
of,
so let's jump into
yeah.
GMs.
Yeah. So look, GMs are back out. Glassway is this week. Glassway is this week. 1335, obviously including an artifact. Any warlocks out there? I think the strat for the warlocks is stasis. Slow everything down with Verity's Brow, which is a grenade thing. I've never ever used that exotic, and the turrets, and it gives grenades back, and then it slows people down. But Aztec Cross did a big video on it. Now we'll get it. That's what would be fun. Eyes of the
Awesome.
Other World, apparently.
Eyes of the Other World, apparently. Yeah, okay. Sweet. So, GMs are back. 1335
Yeah.
buy-in. And then someone said that they push the power up to of enemies to 1350. But you say capped at 1335. That's crazy hard. Like, in a good way.
Look, I think. Look, I saw a guy. Is it because the artifacts only gives you an ever plus 20, doesn't it? It doesn't go plus 21 or anything like that.
I don't know. I think it might cap out at plus
Because
10,
that's
isn't
what
it?
because that was the issue with the guy with 1,000, wasn't it? He was running around. He had played his ass off, and somebody let out. Oh, it keeps going to my knowledge.
Just keeps going in level. Okay.
Because you could get, obviously, as you go up power and power and power, it'll most probably get easier and easier every level you go up to.
I think
But they've
Grandmasters cap you at 1335. Like, so what? So if you
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't matter. Anything after 1335, I don't think. So Excuse me. Let's get straight into this fucking twab and we can talk bollocks afterwards.
Yep, go for it.
All right. This week at Bungie, the endless night persists. The Guardian continues to infiltrate the Vex network via override and expunges. Each Vex mind defeated, we're left with a puzzle that is still missing pieces. This week, many of you have already made a chilling discovery about who is orchestrating the cyber war, planting more seeds to undermine the future of the last city. If you haven't played this week, you'll have a story bits. Excuse me. Excuse me. Fuck me. Uncover some of those powerful moments in Destiny that are discovered, so they won't spoil the fun. Come on, come down, you fucker. Outside of your Splice initiatives, Vault of Glass challenges have begun. Each week, one encounter in the raid will feature a challenge for your fire team to overcome. If you succeed, you will get an additional loot as you continue to climb the pinnacle power. Some of you may be wondering what you need so much power for. Well, we have 2 activities coming online this season. Grandmaster Nightfalls return next week, followed by Master difficulty of Vault of Glass on July the 6th. So let's speak about Grandmasters, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. So we know Grandmaster's back, and obviously we got Master, which is possibly the prestige version of thing, or is it challenge mode? You know, the one first day.
We've already like contest. Well, we've got challenges back already in the same way. Well, like sort of in the same way that we had Deep Stone Crypt, but yeah, we already do the challenges for that. So it must be like a hard mode.
Yeah, well, I thought it was just a cap mode where it'd just be like day one.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe it'd be hard mode like it used to be where you don't get revive tokens. It's probably a bit higher light level and you get capped out at a certain light level like Grandmasters.
Yeah, maybe you have to even earn them like Grandmasters. Earn that probably introduce more seasonal champions. Yeah, most probably Blaze. And that's the other one as well. We had another guy join our Discord who's Blaze. And they're one true Blaze, so there has to be a fight to the death.
I did see that. I did see with that last Vault of Glass that there's different versions of the weapons in Vault of Glass. They're like the time lost version, and so instead of the brown look, they got the silver clean look, like the Vex Mythical Glass ornament. That's it. That's the only differences I've seen.
Yeah, look, it's going to be great. Well, you'd expect more, possibly. What would be good is there's a reason why to do them. If it gives you high end fucking gear, if it drops like double gear or something per box, I don't know.
Yeah,
but it should have. It'd be good if it was like high end stat gear.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be every bit of gear is going to be above 65, or 64.
Okay. Yeah. Dropping.
It'd be good if they were higher, and because it's otherwise there's not much point doing it. Yes, they have a time worn thing that you get all nice silver fucking weapons and stuff like that, but it's a fucking shader. All that shit to get through just for a nice silver weapon.
Yeah, so maybe the perks would be different on the time worn weapons as well. Like I don't want to say adept because they're already tied to Grandmasters and Trials.
Yeah.
But surely there has to be like a better version.
Possible.
What if they're elemental? Like Fatebringer used to be Arc in Destiny 1 and now it's just basic kinetic. What if the new ones are Arc again?
Fuck knows, man. I don't know. I really don't know.
Some sort of incentive to...
It's got to be an incentive to do it. Otherwise, what's the point of fucking doing it,
Yeah.
So, what else was I going to say? Gone. Fucking completely gone on my fucking mind.
Not too discreet in the chat, just said that he wishes that they brought back drops from Grandmasters from Season of the Chosen. He needs a good palindrome. That's going to happen. So the way the Grandmasters is going to work now is they're going to do... Oh, you're going to do it? You're going to say?
I'll sec, mate. I'll sec. So, for those who are just beginning to dabble in the endgame, Grandmaster Nightfalls are aspirational content in Destiny 2. Each week, you and your fight team will be able to challenged by stronger enemies, tricky modifiers, terrifying champions, and beefy bosses as you hunt for powerful rewards. Revives are limited, so you'll want to be strategic in your engagements. engagements. Saving ammo to burn down specific targets at a moment's notice, using supers to keep your teammates alive, and making sure to have the appropriate armor mods equipped to keep your abilities up as often as possible. Guardians must be 30 and 35, power to enter Grandmaster and Nightfall events. This is a mix of both pinnacle power, which can be earned from numerous activities, and your artifact power, which continues to rise as you gain XP. If you are still feeling a bit underleveled, make sure you to complete your seasonal challenges, snag some bounties before hitting your weekly activities, and complete your weekly milestones in raids, nightfalls, ritual activities, and more. Now let's talk rewards. Adept Weapons made their PvE debut last season, and we continue this trend. Plug 1. I actually don't know what a plug 1 is.
Fusion.
It looks like a fusion, yeah. Plug 1, Hangjuri, and Izumi RR4 will each be available as adept weapons, receiving additional stats when fully masterwork and ability to take adept weapon mods. Each week, Grandmasters will cycle like lower difficulty Nightfalls do right now. As you complete each strike, you learn progress towards Triumph that unlocks the Conqueror title. If you're already unlocked the base title, you can begin to gild your title for some golden treatment. If you miss a specific strike required for the title this season, don't worry. All feature strikes will be available through a Grandmaster Nightfall node starting on August the 3rd. The catch-up node will be available through the end of the season. Starting on July the 13th, the Nightfall Rewards rotation will enter a 4-week cycle. Week 1 grants Plug 1. Week 2 grants Hangjuri. Week 3 grants Uzumi RR4. And Week 4 will feature Shadow Price, Palindrome, and Swarm as potential rewards. So they just go into the fucking pool.
Yeah, so you can still get a Palindrome. It'll just be once a month, and it'll be in a loot pool. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get because it's not a direct grind like the other 3 weapons, but you had your direct grind last season, so this is kind of the balance that they found.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with. Like, if you're going to grind a Palindrome at depth for that reason, this is how you're going to have to do it now.
Yeah, well, as they start adding more and more adept weapons, then they're going to have to be able to open it. Or what I think you should do is be able to choose what weapon you want to go for. Go like, all right, at the beginning of the thing, I remember because of them, six thing.
The menagerie.
That's the one. You had the chest.
Mm-hmm.
You just what they should do is put things in, and then you go, all right, this is what you're going to get is a palindrome.
That was Sundial. More specifically, Sundial was like, remember that?
Well, yeah, but the menagerie you could put 3 bits in.
Oh, sorry,
yeah. You could put 3 bits in, and then you get like double drang or triple drang or whatever the fuck it is, whatever you want to think.
Wrathborn Lewis, a more recent one as well. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, that's a good
so
idea.
You could choose it. Yeah. So you can choose it, and you know what's going to happen at the end is you still have the chance of not getting one because obviously not every GM will give you the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very small chance of not getting the weapon, but it's still a chance of not getting the weapon. So you cheer and go, all right, I want a palindrome. You put your bits in the whatever it is, shit, off you go, palindrome. Or as a team, you choose what you want. Palindrome, cool. Get an adept palindrome at the end.
Yeah.
And then you just keep rolling, keep going until you got your god roll. Or the RR4, or this is the god roll for the RR4, or the fusion rifles, or blah, 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 whatever the fuck you want to do. You pick them, you go to it. At least you know your end reward at the end of it then.
Yeah.
Because it's going to piss people off because it'll just be fucking Hangjuri fucking 20 times and then 1 fucking palindrome.
Yeah, I think I can see that becoming a problem with just next season because then we will have 6 weapons at the end of like at the 4-week period where you're going to deal with that loophole. So surely they're going to have to focus it a bit more by then.
Well, what's going to happen at the end when they all open? Is it still in the 4-week rotation?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that. What if they're tied to the specific strikes?
That'd be even fucking cool. You could even just say, all right, you do this strike, you're going to get a palindrome, or you do that strike, you're going to get a palindrome, whatever.
Yeah.
Menagerie was probably the best endgame event out there. I still have a God Roll Beloved that took me 80 runs to get.
Yeah. Menagerie
Look, I liked
from a time where we had multiple companies working on the same game. That's the
sad
part about it. Yeah.
Was it? Part of that?
Season of Opulence was the season where High Moon made the season, and Bungie was working on the next big expansion.
Right.
And then that's how we got Menagerie and all of that good stuff.
But I said, to be honest, I like the Overlord. I like the Overlord missions. I think they're fucking that as a 6-man. They're quick. They are like what I'd like is just fucking ramp up. Like you want to master difficulty on that.
Yeah.
So you can turn around and go, all right, we're at a 5. I want more enemies. Bang. And you just shove it up to a fucking a 10 or 11, you know?
I just want the enemy scale of Battlegrounds. Maybe there was the same amount of enemies, but we only had 3 people in Battlegrounds. But like now, I feel like I'm just doing nothing in Override half the time. Like everyone's just running around, like just clearing ads as quick as they can, or scooping up motes as quick as they can. You know, like it kind of gets a bit crazy.
Blaze, I reckon a lot of people love to see a fucking PvP map, to be fair. Fuck me.
Oh.
There's any PvP maps. It could just be a fucking sandbox PvP. I don't give a fuck, but anything.
Yeah. I'm a PvE player, and even then I'm like, just give them something. Like, look, we've got enough for PvE for now.
Yeah, like what I want is just one fucking season, one season of PvP, and forces, and it just goes, fuck you, PvE. We're gonna force you to play PvP for this fucking season. You are in there, off you fucking trot.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to say because Destiny is a PvE game primarily with PvP tacked onto it. Even though the gunplay and everything feels really great, PvP isn't their focus.
But the problem is now that they've introduced so much lore regarding the Crucible Guardian trials that it's an integral part of the game. If you take that out, then a good quarter of the lore doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's tied there now. It's hard fucking wired into the game, and they can't take it out, and they have to show it love. It's just not.
It's amazing that they haven't given us a new map in like something like 300 days or some shit. No, more, 500 days or some shit like that. That we haven't had a brand new map. It's just beyond stupid.
Yeah, moving dangers within the map, you lose all the meta weapons.
Oh, he's talking about a new game mode type, essentially. Something to refresh what we have. Just something to make it feel new again. Just fucking bring back Rift. Just bring back Rift for one weekend and just be like, call it something else if you guys are worried about that or whatever. But just don't even tell us you're going to do it. Just put it in the game one day. Imagine letting people find it.
So who owns Halo now? Because Bungie used to own
343.
343 owns
Microsoft.
Right. Because they are bringing a Battlegrounds Halo, aren't they?
Oh.
Infinite? Halo Infinite?
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't really. I've seen little bits of it.
Yeah.
On and off. But yeah.
I know their battle pass. I heard them talking about their battle pass and
it's completely free.
Yeah, it's completely free, and that it's infinitely going. Yeah, it's an endless battle pass. How cool is that? I don't know how that's gonna work.
But it's what I listen to. It's only cosmetic.
Yeah, but that's what a battle pass should be.
Yeah, well, I suppose.
And then you earn the attachments in game, and then you go like, say you get like a fucking auto rifle, for example, and you love that auto rifle, and then on your battle pass is a skin for that auto rifle. It's like I get to use it, and then by using the gun, I earn this skin through leveling up, whatever.
Yeah,
and then all this other shit along the way. That's really great. And like I watched the multiplayer trailer from E3, and that looked pretty awesome. It looks like more Halo multiplayer, but that's what you want. You just want Halo multiplayer. It was always good.
I very rarely played it, to be honest. I was a PlayStation guy by the time I played Halo 1, and I played. What's the one that you don't play as Master Chief? You play as somebody else.
ODST.
Oh, ODST, I think it was.
ODST. Yeah.
And that was great. But all right, let's get back to this fucking.
Get to the tab.
We told you we'd make a toaster. In June 2020, the Destiny community raised more than $800,000 for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital during Bungie's live stream supporting Gaming Community Expo GCX. During the live stream, Bungie announced that if we hit $777,777.77, we would look into creating an official Destiny toaster. Get that bread. We have started a silly community meme about earning god rolls on loot, but it's now become a physical Destiny toaster available at Bungie stores. It burns the shit into it. You get like a.
You gonna buy one?
Like, look, I looked into it. I actually looked into this. So the toaster is $86 or something like that American. The postage is $97 American. So it's 190 or 180 or something like that. 198 by the time you finish it off. Dollars American. So it's about $250. And I was like, oh, but you get the bloody thing on it. I'm like, yeah.
You get the Destiny symbol. It doesn't even toast your bread. It just burns the symbol into your bread.
Yeah, I'm like, oh. And it's very plasticky. It looks like shit, to be honest. The fucking crap colors. And
if it makes a Jotun sound when it pops, I'll buy 3.
Yeah, well, there's videos of it doing that. There's videos of it actually. Yeah, there's videos of actually the noise coming out, and then I tried to get a video on it to see if it would actually do it, but I can't get. If it made a fucking Jotun sound, I'd just put it over there somewhere and just
let it go off
button all the time.
Yeah.
Radiant Cliffs is technically a Vex map because of the whole Mercury storyline. I love Rift. About to prep.
Yeah.
The GMs wish us luck. Ooh, good luck, mid.
Do you have? Yeah. Okay. So, is there anything else interesting in the 12 from this week?
Man, it's fucking shit.
So I want to go over a bit more on GMs because it's a good topic for this week, being them back, and then let's talk about what the fuck is happening in the Destiny story. Not this week specifically, with everything that's happening in the tower. I've seen it. I haven't played. I've been working.
Fucking lies.
But let's catch up with what Osiris is doing. First, I want you to run me down on GMs tactic-wise and what kind of class you are planning on running. GMs is your thing, so I want you to.
All right, so it is literally all about standing back, learning how the enemies spawn and where they spawn and how they spawn out. So it's all about slowing this. I think this season's all about slowing the enemies down and letting them trickle towards you. So we'll just use. I'm just trying to remember, and there's tactics as well. So you know that new strike with the tank.
Yeah.
And you kind of, it used to be the battlefield one, so you kind of roll up and around the corner into the tank, but you don't do that. You kind of you just go to the left hand side, jump over a few, and then you kill the people at the top. You don't worry about the shit at the bottom. So it's all about knowing where the enemy's coming from and how they attack you physically, and then it's your build. So a lot of the last year's GMs were bows because they will punch people. They'll punch people out of the fucking out of the shields very, very quickly. So you get Ariana's the void one. Then there's the damage trickle one. I can't remember what it was. And then there's the arc one. Yeah, so the Le Monarch, Ariana's bow, I think is called.
That's the hand cannon. The Trinity Ghoul is the
Trinity Ghoul, and then
for the void.
No, so it's Trinity Ghoul. I think is the void, and then there's an arc one.
Trinity Ghoul's arc. Trinity Ghoul's arc that shoots the 3.
Yeah.
And Le Monarch is void with the tick damage.
Yeah, and then there's another one that's solar as well.
Tikus,
that diminution. Yeah, perfect. And so it was one that, and you'd only use them because the arc damage would really fuck people up, and then you take the one shield down, and then you can go on. So it's all about knowing where you are going. Positions is all about position. It's all about being in position, because you will think you're in position, but then you get sniped from somewhere. So it's all about knowing. It's literally it's all position. It's all position. So what's the strike on the old? I think it's Cosmodrome. Where you kind of go around, the war stats drop out of the sky.
Saber.
So there you'd be in there. You start the encounter, and then the ships fly over in front of you, and they drop. So you shoot out the front cannons of them, and then you'd kind of slowly fall back,
Mm.
kill everything. Another one comes, but then one comes behind you.
Yeah.
So it comes behind you, so then you have to go all the way forward, around the corner, shoot everything, but then you have to go all the way back to the back, right at the very back, and then
Right.
do your trickle damage on the war stat.
Right.
So stuff like that, you need to be in this position to get to that position. And then
Right.
there's certain areas where you want them Sill and Saber as well. There's a position where that area where you come in, and then there's, I think, is after the arc room or before the arc room, where you fight forward, you damage the thing in front of you, and then everything comes behind you, and then you have to fight backwards,
Right.
and then you go down towards the.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So after you jump off the balls, you do that quick hallway bit where the electricity is coming down either side, and you have to alternate the sides, drop the ball in. You go to that next room, and then there's usually a champion captain in there.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you go through those halls again. Yeah.
So with that one, you want to bring them in. You want to funnel them into a certain area, so you only shoot in maybe 2 or 3 at the same time.
Yeah.
And there's like a little corridor that you kind of run into. You get to the back there, you put a well down, and then you trickle these guys. But like, it's all position, man. It's all fucking hardcore.
So so you're with this season specifically, you're feeling like with the artifact mods and the way that they're not forcing, but they're all very much grenade launcher based, and it's about suppression and damage over time, basically.
Well, especially Glassway, that final boss room in Glassway is a hardcore. So everything comes towards you, and then you got those 2 rooms off the side. So you want to be able to shut things down. So whether it's the ice wall that goes up, and then you can kind of block off 2 entrances. So you're only going to get somebody from one entrance until obviously until the walls break down, and then you can kind of freeze them, do damage, freeze them, do damage, freeze them, and then go on. Get away from them,
Right.
I think that's the biggest one, and like I said, Aztec Cross has got a massive thing on there. Don't ask me about Arc. I think the Titan Ursus,
the one that where you put the big shield up in front of you and you shoot through it. I've seen that. I've heard a lot of people say that from when I ran GMs back in season of Chosen. Not Chosen. Yeah, Chosen. Hunt it was. And that's what we were doing. We were just putting Earth stuff in front of us and sort of marching ourselves forward.
Yeah, it's because you could do kills through it, you could do super through it, and then you drop orbs, so you're replenishing your orbs. It would be great if you could do tether, and then all the orbs used to fucking drop off the legs and stuff like that. But that just fucking, you can easily get one super back off one shield as you shoot through it, like that. But like it is, it's all position. Know the route, position, know where you go in, positive communication. Don't lose your fucking tempers.
I know you said Aztecross has made a couple of videos, but do you feel like there's one perfect way to run GMs, or is it more your team finds their strategy and then it's the most repeatable way works best?
Look, the times we've done it, the last season I did 4 or 6, and it was, I think some are rehearsed, but I would imagine it's laid down by very, very experienced GM guys. Raf took me on most of the 4. Big shout out to Raf. Fucking, if you need it, if you think I'll have to put his link up. But he took me, and he started to do them already. I saw his feed come up the other day. But I would imagine they have learned the route of other guys, like higher end streamers. But I don't think there's much leniency to them.
Okay.
Like, it goes, all right, we are here, and then we shoot that, and then once that's gone, we go here and shoot that, and then once that's gone, shoot this. Because if you don't shoot that, that'll fucking kill you, and if you don't shoot that quickly, that will kill you, and that's going to cause you dramas.
Yeah.
It is slight variance, but it's all near enough the same. It's all worked out.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to them. Like, I'm 32.
Yeah.
Possibly 33. So I have to get 2 fucking levels in the next couple of days, I think.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm like 26 at the most. I'm so far behind on my leveling. But the most of the time that I'm playing right now is I'll get on and I'll just do a raid. And then I'll do a raid on all 3 characters, and that's my pinnacles for the week. I won't even go and do like Presage or any powerfuls or anything like that. I basically raid, get off, just smash for other times.
Oh, it's just life. It's just life at the end of the day. But the best part about it is we have a very long season. I think we have about 50 days still, so that's at least another month and a half. July, August. It's said that the new things are coming out in August. The 6 of them coming out in August, the 2nd or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So there'll be opportunities, and you will get up there slowly. You don't need to do them right now. Don't get me wrong; it's fucking great doing them now because you get shit to last you the season. But there's 6 at the end of the season that you can get the weapons that you require and all the crap. Like, take it easy. It's not a fucking, well, it is a race, but yeah.
It is a race, yeah.
But you have to just remember is possibly you're not going to finish it on the first one. You're going to get as long as you get that slightly further and further and further up the GM, it doesn't matter. So you can go, all right, I'm going to get to you. All right, we got to this section first. All right, cool. And then I'm getting to the next section. You all die, and then you get shipped back to thing. You kind of sort out your build, and you move on. As long as you're making that positive movement, it's all positive, guys. It's all positive. Don't get upset. Don't fucking start raging. It's not going to help anyone. You start shouting the fucking guys on your team. It's the guys that you have to learn this shit with, you know?
Yeah.
Watch some videos to see where people sit. And like I said, it's fucking very much position. It's more out of everything else in this whole game, except for day ones, position in this is fucking key. And it is training, guys, for day one raids because they hit as hard as day one raids.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you think you're out, you think you're in cover, and you're not. And we can see you're out of cover. So just take everybody's advice on, and don't think it's criticism. There is no unless obviously people are calling you a cunt and stuff.
There's criticism.
Hopefully not.
Assholes.
Yeah, LFG.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, GMs are fun. They do take a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what all the. I know Glassway, like I said, Glassway is this way. If Arms Dealer is out, that's the easiest to farm.
Yeah, so we don't get every single strike as a Grandmaster, do we?
No.
Have they been the same for the past few seasons, or have they
I don't know.
rotated?
I don't know. I only did them last year. I only started doing them last season. So there was the new strike with the tank. There was there was the Saber. Christ, man. So Saber, guy with a tank, Arms Dealer, Prison of Elders one.
Prison of Elders one. Oh, the Forgotten Warden. Something like that.
Oh, Sevs, pour some shit on your shirt. Give us a wet t-shirt. Mate, it's actually really hot in here, so I might even just get naked.
Oh my goodness. Devil's Lair? Did we do Devil's Lair last season? Must have. Or was that the season? Yes.
I think so. So they only give you 6 of them, but the one I'm dreading is that Scarlet Keep.
Yes. Well, I think they're trying to avoid the really long ones from being Grandmasters, like the Corrupted. That one's still with the elevator and they're throwing the balls at the chick on the
Wow, that's gonna be. Well, there is a cheat for that. You can kind of sit outside, so you send 2 people in, do the business. You go outside, but the problem is once they die, you can't you can't everything works on reses. So where you used to do the Corrupted, you used to get everybody. It's one person's out, the guy does the business, kills everything in, and then you run in and then you finish it. But once they fucking obviously die, there is no resin. Agni, you sexy bitch, I want to see them model hands.
My camera's quite high up at the moment, so I do so many hand movements when I talk. You'll see them, don't worry.
He just wants to point out that he has a weird collection of them things, vinyl things. I don't know what they call them. Is that the behind you? Is that the bike? Is it
the bike there?
Yeah.
That is Gears of War 4 collector's
Right.
edition.
You were fucking such a noob.
I love Gears of War. I love the Gears of War series. I play the whole series with Kate, my fiance, the whole way through. We haven't played Gears 5 yet, but that's stuff coming. That's going to be content her and I are sort of working on at the moment. Anyway, back to Destiny.
Nerd, man. Nerd. But yeah, so like, excuse me. Yes, you're a fucking nerd, yeah, okay. Oh,
1 second.
We got a visitor.
Hello. You're not feeling well. Do you want to say hi to the people?
I will come down there. He's made a ginger.
Yeah.
You say hello.
Hey.
Hello. Okay,
Hey,
go to bed.
Also, I'm fully aware of what Seb's just said about my pops, and I am not happy.
I'm not going to say anything.
Sorry about that.
I am invited to the wedding. I'm going to shit on the cake. So Grandmasters, use it as a learning tool for day one raids because it will show you position, it will show you teamwork and stuff like that. Obviously, a day one raid is 6 people, but to be honest, it's harder because for day one raid because there's more of you in the more of space. This is Seb's like watching an unscripted episode of the BBC News. Nice.
Yeah, I feel like you said, it's training for day one raiding, and that's why you've sort of swayed me into doing Grandmasters when I finally go to level again, and I'm sort of trying to plan my time to get on level properly, to get in there as soon as I can. Not so much because of the loot at the end. I don't really give a shit about the add-out weapons, and there hasn't been one yet that's made me go, man, I need that weapon. I enjoy the ones that we get from the activities too much to begin with, like Grid Skipper, Chroma Rush, and all that. They're all fun. It's just the stats on the armor and the difficulty. It's good. I feel like it would be good to play in the really difficult stuff and be used to that. So when day one raids come around, I'm not just, I don't know, unprepared like I have been in the past. And I feel like if we do that, we'd be able to get further in raids on day one.
Look, I think stats do make a difference. I think like a lot of guys are showing triple hundreds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they will make a difference. I think, it's more of the. I think it's more of the knowledge of position. You know that you can't sit in there. Once you become this massive bullet sponge, you kind of sit out there and go, well, I can just take this anyway, and I can run around. This doesn't hurt. And then you get that. I find that you take that into the day one. You're like, oh well, my character last season could take this easy as fuck. We did DSC. We could just sit there taking the damage. But as you go into day one raids, that same attitude will get you killed so many fucking times.
Yeah, I feel like it's super solid to do that practice, and I feel like I've been sort of hesitant. Well, not hesitant. I've been really resilient against doing Grandmasters because it just didn't feel like worth my time. But the more we talk about it, the more I go, man, I really should get into them and do them if I'm going to be more active in day one raiding, which I do want to be.
Well, you want to be, don't you? Because that's the end of it. That's our result. That's the whole point of it, isn't it? Is get into day one raiding. You get the nice shader. You never take the shader off. You just rub it in people's faces. That's why I want the toaster shader. I'll never take the fucking shader off.
Yeah.
After I get the toaster, but I'm thinking about maybe sending it to Bullwinkle and see if I can get it sent to we have a company in America.
Oh, right.
So I was going to send it to a company in America and then get that sent to me then.
Okay.
Or I don't give a shit about the fucking toaster itself. I just want the symbol.
I just
want the banner.
Yeah. I think I might do that too. I might send it to the Weekend Guardians, buy one and send it to them.
Oh yeah, I forgot they're fucking Americans.
Yeah, those guys, funny fuckers. Anyway, all right. Grandmasters, do them if you're interested in difficulty, and it's not even level that makes it difficult. They have some modifiers that just kick you in the nut. Like holy shit.
Lionheart says, day one raid fails are a sexy thing of beauty. 24 hours and no completions makes me so kind of randy.
Lions.
We have some weird people in
Lions on a different level, isn't he? All right.
We have some weird fucking people.
So we need to talk about Osiris. People have been calling us out in the Discord being like, you haven't spoken about him. And we know it's not because we don't want to, it's because we're letting it play out. But I think this
Right.
week's event happened. I haven't played it again yet, but last week it's sort of.
Have you
ramped
not
up.
played this week?
No, I haven't been on. I got home. I worked at basically a double shift yesterday. Got home at 3:30 this morning. Ate some food, and then I passed out by 5 o'clock because I had to do some university work, and then I slept until 2 o'clock this afternoon, and I missed my day at uni, so that wasn't good.
Right. Okay. Oh yes, Thursday, isn't it? I thought it was
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
So I have to try and remember last week now. So last week we figured out that Kira, she's not called Blade Transform, she is called Dream something. Kira Dream something, but we know it's Blade Transform. That was taken by us by Oryx, given to Savathun, and then she's taken over the Vex network, and that's where you've got the Corrupted in there. Have you played the Corrupted?
I've played the Corrupted Labyrinth. I don't know if there's
Okay.
another one.
All right, just point out it is another one. It has slightly changed. Point out. So you know your servitor upgrades, your 3 servitor upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
The very end one, the very end row, upgrade them, because every time you do a Corrupted, it will give you the possibility to have a high-end stat gear drop.
Okay.
But you have to have them 3. You have to have at least one of them unlocked.
Okay.
As it goes down, you will have more and more armor drop.
Okay.
So there's a chance to drop in Umbrals. I don't know whether the Umbrals has the high stat, because there was a conversation as if you drop an Umbral with a high stat, then you can come back into the helm, focus that, and then you'll have possibly a double high stat drop.
Okay.
So you just say resilience, focus that, and you can get resilience and strength, say.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. And then that's how people are getting to like 100 plus.
Yeah, I'm double hundreds, but it's just like a lot of people are using stasis, the bonuses for stasis to get up there. But yeah, that's how there's conversation. That's how people have been doing it and stuff like that.
I know we said we'd talk about SRS, but I want to go back to stats for 2 seconds.
We will.
Do you feel like getting into the hundreds on stats is really doing anything that much? Like, do you think getting it up that high is worth it or needed, or is it just cool to look at?
No, it's obviously it's worth it because it reduces. Just say for your like, I am 100 stat in intellect and 100 stat in recovery, and then when you go back and play on a hunter. So when I went got my Vex the other day, I went back on my hunter and he's 30. Because I haven't ever played him. And then you can feel the differences when you go back into something else. Like you get your super, I get my super every 3.5 minutes.
Right.
I get like full health back every 40 seconds or something like that. Right. Because of the recovery so high. So yes, I do think it does something. I saw a hunter the other day take a full punch to the face. So he had solar grenades, whatever the fuck is called.
The thermal grenades?
The warlock grenade and a punch, and it still didn't fucking kill him. The solar grenades didn't even take his shield off because his resilience was so high. Okay. So yes, I think stats is a thing, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
They're there for a reason. Resilience hasn't been a thing since until lately. I think they finally worked it out that resilience is a thing now, and it would reduce the amount of time that you were frozen, the amount of flinch that you would get off stasis. But yes, I think stats is a big thing now.
Okay.
Because you didn't care, did you? What's your highest stat?
But I don't know. I mean, like tier 5s mostly, not very high. A couple of tier 6s maybe. I try and keep my resilience and my recovery above tier 5, and then I'm working on my ability as a hunter. But at the same time, I'm still doing that thing of just, I don't give a shit what the armor stat drops as at the moment. If it's a higher power, I'm just going to use it until I hit my max stat, my max power level.
Nah, man, you have to infuse that shit once you get so. Now, especially with only the 10 levels, it doesn't matter. So just infuse it. Just
that's what I mean. Like, if I find like the best stat one, and it's like, say it's like a 65 or whatever, and like I get like it's at 13, 15 gear and I get a 13, 16 drop, I just infuse the fucking 13, 16 to the 13, 15 and bring it up. But I'm not going crazy specific on how high is this mobility. Is it if it's 2 points higher mobility but it brings down my recovery? I'm not really balancing them out at this point yet. I want to focus on more, but it's really just time consumption that I need to get through. I need to plan my streams more of what I want to do. Because right now, we've got so many people in our Discord, they're like, we want to raid. And I'm like, yes, I want to raid too, and I want to help people to learn. So I just get on a raid, and I don't focus on what else I could do to optimize my characters specifically. I just want to help people learn and raid. And that's what our Discord sort of started off to be. And so once we get enough people up there, I think I'll start focusing.
Getting so the helm at the bottom end, the umbral infuser thing. So at the bottom row, you can focus it. That's the thing.
Yeah, I just haven't even focused on doing that, like getting tier 3 row unlocked for umbrals.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. I got to go in and really go. Okay, I'm not raiding tonight. This stream is. I'm gonna get tier 3 umbrals unlocked, and I'm gonna get access to all these things, or focus my servitor in the helm so that I can do the higher end expunge stuff. You know.
Yeah. Look, it's. I would just do the raid on the Friday and then that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. The raid on the Friday, get that out of the way. Only I'll work on one character. Don't bother with 3 characters. It's fucking pointless. Get it out of the way, one character, and just focus on that one character. It's not the requirements to get you 60 levels now, back and forth, and then you're transferring your weapons over that. Don't worry about the other characters.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it like this. All right, I've done my raid. Perfect. Move the fuck on. If we want to do
Vex.
it, doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? It's always going to be there. It's fucking ass. It's useless.
True. I know it is shit.
They're supposed to have a buff, but it's absolutely fucking shite. It's just not worth it. Don't worry about it. If anything, I would do it DSC because of Eyes is a much better weapon than Vex.
Yeah, I do want to get Eyes as well, but it's not Pinnacle.
Who gives a shit? Yeah, who gives a fuck? It's just Eyes. I just want Eyes.
No, but if I was to do a raid, I would do Vogue because I want the Pinnacle weapon levels.
No point raiding, you won't get Vex anyway.
Yeah.
But like after you do the initial Vogue, I would rather go into DSC because of Eyes, and I think DSC I find better than Vogue as a raid.
Yeah.
I just like the aesthetics of DSC. All right, back to what's going on. So the new weekly one that came out yesterday, you finally see this weird thing between Osiris and Saint. The fuck is dodgy, man.
Yeah.
The fuck is dodgy.
So are you leaning into this theory that Osiris isn't corrupted? He's not physically Osiris. He is Savathun in disguise, and Osiris himself has been captured and hidden away somewhere while Savathun plays Osiris in our social circle.
I think that's the one, but there's also another theory saying that because he is now no longer a Guardian, he is no longer paracausal. That means the Vex can make a simulation of him, and then because the darkness is there in the background, then that allows the Vex to bring the simulation into our world. And so he's a simulation. Osiris is in the garden somewhere, the bloody Vex network.
Right. Yeah, well, he would be the one to get stuck in a Vex network again.
Yeah. And that's my thing. So he basically turns around and goes, the gist of it is him and Saint come into the helm, and he basically turns around and says, ooh, Lakshmi wants you to be the boss man. And he's like, nah, don't want to do it. And she goes, and he goes, well, if you don't want to do it, then paracausal, mate. Paracausal is what Guardians are, is as they make their own fate and they are not tied to anything.
Yeah, we'll explain deeper later. But yeah, keep going with this thing.
And he goes, well, I'll just have a chat to whatever his bloody name is, the Iron Banner guy. Saladin. We'll just get Saladin to do it and stuff like that. So it's pointed out that if Saint doesn't do it, then they'll just ask Saladin. So yeah, I think Osiris is corrupted. I'm not too sure how.
Right.
If I didn't think Savathun could turn around and make her look like someone, because she would have done it a fucking long time ago. I think it's got to do with Cura and the Vex simulations.
Right. I think she's already done it a few times.
Where?
I don't want to do the whole the holidays chick, not Amanda Holiday. The chick who runs the Dawning and everything. How she's secretly Savathun in disguise. I don't want to go down that route again. But I feel like Savathun's been in the city before, disguised herself as someone that she's not. Okay. I almost went down the path that she disguised herself in Forsaken, but that was actually Riven.
Yeah.
So maybe she hasn't. Maybe
that was the butthole.
So yeah, look, well, that was Riven talking through her butthole.
Yeah. So I didn't think they could do it. I could be completely wrong, as I have been before. But I didn't think they could do it. Oh, fucking hell.
Chair just falls out from under you.
The fucking chair just fell down. So I didn't think she could do it. I'm trying to make it fucking come forward so I can like lean back because it's a bit far. I didn't think she could do it. So I'm just under the impression that we know the Vex can do stuff before they paracausal. As with Ghosts, a paracausal, that's why they can't get us. They can't do Savathun because she's paracausal and Oryx is paracausal, even though he's dead.
Yeah, so when we say paracausal, it's like, it's not just the fact that we can die and come back to life. We have a power that denies the laws of life, essentially, the laws of physics. So we can do certain things because we're empowered with this ability. We got the light through the Traveler and our Ghost. Savathun, Oryx, Xevu, all of that have the power of the deep. Well, deep darkness. At this point, that's still an interchangeable term, but we don't fully know. So that's why Curia could not simulate Oryx in his Oryx form, but he could. Curia somehow got access to information about Ulrash, Oryx's original form, and could simulate that. It's because it was before he got paracausal abilities. Yes. It's one of those words that Bungie throws out all the fucking time, but never fully explains. Yeah.
And so, look, we don't know. I think there's gonna be something. I think there's obviously so somebody said that they had changed the story last week, and then they were unhappy that it was released into Twitter. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I don't know what story leak there was. I forget what the leak was, but I think they leaked what happened with Saint and Osiris this week, but it was last week because someone released a trailer for this week's story element that no one had access to yet.
Yeah, okay.
And so they sort of revealed Curia and Savathun's plan over Curia and all of that.
Yeah, okay.
Which, we've seen start this week. But there's been leaks. This is like in a long line of leaks for this season, and I'm not going to talk about what the other ones are because they're pretty big. But at the start of the season, we found out basically what the ending to the season is. Someone data mined all of that information, and what will definitely happen. Again, I'm not going to say. I think that fucks the game. So yeah, it's a thing where Bungie's like starting to go, look, if you leak, we're just going to block you and disable your account. Like you're just ruining it for people who are trying to play the game properly. Even with the fucking ramen coupon that happened this week, a group of people data mined a ramen coupon that's coming back for Bungie Day on the 7th of the 7th, and have access to it early, and they're selling it for $50 when it's a free emblem you get on Bungie Day. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's stupid. I don't understand why people feel the need to do this. Like,
everybody's out to make a buck, man.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, I got access to it early. It's like, you got access to what early? You got access to an emblem? Okay. I understand the story beat thing. Oh, I know what the story's going to be before you know. It's like, well, congratulations. You just fucking spent how much money to experience this the way that it was designed to be experienced, and then hiss that into the wind because you couldn't wait.
I'm for that. Yeah, so look. So I think Osiris is corrupted. I think Lashmi is corrupted because she's singing the song, she's doing the chant. So I think there's something there. Whether, like we said last week, Osiris got Dumbledored with the ring and the crown of sorrows, we don't know.
Yeah.
Or he's stuck in a simulation, and he is a simulation due to the fact that he's lost Sagira. What Lion was pointing out the other day, that maybe he's been stuck in the simulation. Sagira isn't dead, possibly.
Yeah.
And he's been stuck in the simulation for a really long time, and she has been in the city for a very long period of time, even to where maybe Saint was corrupted a long time ago, and then when we brought him back out of the Vex simulation, he is still corrupted from the Vex simulation type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Long
Okay,
game.
so
I doubt it.
I'm going to bring up a character, and we haven't discussed this character yet, and I don't even know if you know who this is. Do you know anything about M-Sun 12?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know.
You don't have any clue about it? Okay. So, she is actually, well, it is an important character. Very quick TLDR. Maya Sundaresh was a scientist at, not Clovis Bray, Ishtar Collective. The Ishtar Collective group captured a Vex, and they went through a situation where they don't know if they were people that were living inside a Vex simulation or not. And essentially, there was like 12 different groups of simulations that figured out they were simulations, managed to escape the simulation and go into the Vex network. And then they copied themselves into millions and millions of copies, went into the Vex network and all through the different time streams. Maya Sundaresh got to a point where she was captured. Well, one of the Maya Sundareshes was captured, and the Vex captured her in this network and about 100 other ones at the same time. And they wanted to find the anomaly out of these 100 Maya Sundareshes. And number 12 was the anomaly because all of the other Mayas were yelling and she was staying quiet. And eventually she just said to herself, I wish they would all go quiet and die. And they all died, except for her. And so they called her the Murder Sundaresh. I'm really sprinting through this. They called her the Murder Sundaresh. She remained in the Vex network. She then also got entangled with Clovis Bray. I'll go into that when I do my Clovis Bray lore. And now, because of what's happened with Curia, we believe that Maya Sundaresh could also be having ties to Curia because she's still in the Vex network. She's also against Guardians. So she could be tied to Curia, and somehow with Lakshmi using the Vex machines, she has actually corrupted Lakshmi, and now Lakshmi is actually M-Sun 12. The murder Maya Sundaresh. So Lakshmi is not actually Lakshmi. She's this murder Vex simulation taken over Lakshmi. And that's why Lakshmi is now gone crazy. I know, it's a very convoluted fucking theory.
Wow.
But I know.
Shit. I'm going to have to read up about this because I can't even fucking say anything back on that, to be honest.
It's such a convoluted theory. That was like an hour-long podcast I listened to in about 3 minutes.
Which one's this?
Spinfoil theory. They do some crazy theories.
Nice.
They do some great stuff, but yeah. So that, and I kind of really buy into that. I really buy into the fact that this character has, because she's also dealt with M-Sun 12 has also dealt with Clovis, Callus, and now Savathun. She's been through all the big ones. So I could honestly buy into this idea that M-Sun has taken over Lakshmi, and is why Lakshmi has shifted so dramatically. I know the Savathun corruption idea, but I don't think the corruption would be so apparent so quickly if Osiris is taking so long to become apparent as well. You know what I mean? Like if Osiris has been corrupted...
You've been in the tower, yeah, this week?
No. I know it's taken.
Yeah, you know there's taken blights every week.
Yeah. I get that. But that's also like, how long have we had? We've had the Endless Night for how many weeks now?
6, 7.
7 weeks, right? And then it's like, now it's taken because we've done 2 corrupted missions. Like... I feel like there's plenty of... I think these big character shifts have to take time to take effect in the world. Okay. So that was my really, really, really quick rundown of that.
No, it's pretty thing. So if anybody else wants to listen to a different podcast other than ours, it's Spinfoil Theory, yeah?
The Spinfoil Theory podcast. Okay. I really need to reach out to them and see if we can talk because I love their work. But yeah.
Yeah.
they do some really interesting theories on the game and like deep dive into the lore. Yeah. With this season specifically, it's a problem that I said last week of we just don't know the rules of the characters at the end of the day. We don't know the rules of Savathun and what her actual limitations are. So our theories can go so fucking crazy wide.
Well, I think that's on purpose, though.
It is.
They also do it in comic books. They go, well, in comic books, they go, this person can lift up a building. So there was a strength comparison. All right. So there's a strength comparison between certain superheroes. I'm not going to go into it. There was a strength comparison between certain superheroes. So Luke Cage was like proper fucking strong because in the comic books he can pick up a fucking truck and throw it. Spider-Man can pick up a building. Okay,
Right.
in a certain thing, he is trapped underneath the building. He gets angry and he lifts the building off him. And then they work out, and there's a guy on YouTube, and he works out how heavy that building is by how strong Spider-Man is and stuff like that. And he kind of works out with physics and stuff like that, which I find fucking cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Even to Superior Spider-Man with Doc Ock takes over Spider-Man's body. He punches off Scorpion's jaw.
Oh my god.
It just takes it off and then think. But I think when it comes to the films, they go, well, we can't do that.
Yeah.
We can't do that because that's just fucking that's why they've reduced the Hulk's power down to he's the strongest it is, and they've kind of reduced him going, oh well, he'll get angry, he'll kind of do this, but he won't get full fucking Hulk like in the comic books. And I think they make it vague because then they can turn and go, oh, Spider-Man can shoot fucking lasers out of his eyes. It's a new thing. He can shoot lasers out of his eyes. And you go, well, where the fuck did that come from? Oh, yeah, it came from this, and this at the back there. So they go, well, Savathun's never been able to hide herself in human form before. But
now she can.
Now she can. Like, we haven't seen Savathun since her Oryx broke up. I'm saying break up. They are brothers and sisters, guys. But they went their own way. So we haven't seen her really, even though we know she's the big bad behind us.
Yeah.
We don't know what she's done from this point to that point. So I think it's ambiguous at best. So they can turn and goes, well, no. She's got big fuck off wings and she's just going to throw a big spear of lightning at your head because she can do that now.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that it stops us going, well, actually, in Law Book 1.2-657, she had 5 toes and now she's only got 4. I need you to change this now because some fucking and I love the Destiny community because they go into so much detail. I love it, but they were kind of goes, actually, she's the wrong fucking color. Actually, she was army green instead of toxic waste green.
Actually, Velociraptors had feathers.
Yeah, they're not blue. And they don't. You can't train a Velociraptor.
Oh my god!
Velociraptor's a reptile, and you can't train a reptile to do tricks. Come on, guys. Yeah. But that's what I reckon is they leave it so fucking open that they turn around. We can do this now, and nobody can question it because nobody has any information prior to the point where she comes in and she does that thing.
From a writing perspective as well, it could be it's obviously intentional. But it could be a good way to be like, that is actually Savathun's weakness, is if you know how she works, the illusion doesn't then work. You know what I mean? That's how you beat a trickster. You figure out how the trick works. So, I think that would be a great way to sort of
or it could be the fact that she's very vulnerable in a human form. Like if she doesn't do it often because she's very vulnerable in a human form, as a human form would be, as if it wasn't Paracors or wasn't.
Yeah, how much does it limit her power to contain herself this much? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's I wish I knew these answers. It's like
I hate it.
I wish I was at the end of the book already, but the journey, it's all about the journey.
I just want to be in one of these law things so I can just sit there, just staring at people, just throw law at me. And then I'm like, I just because obviously the big law guys, Bife and a few of the other guys, they did a big law podcast, a law question thing the other day, and then they just fucking throw law shit at each other.
Yeah.
If anybody knows Bife, if anybody knows some of these lore guys, give us a fucking shout. We'll get them on. We'll get blasted into the
Just
fucking
yell at me with
stratosphere.
lore, please.
Yeah, just yell at me in Bife's beautiful, beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, he makes me
that's
wet.
great.
But yeah, look, I think like I keep saying week after week after week, Bungie's writing, man, is on fucking point these last couple of seasons. They are on fucking point.
They're okay. I keep hearing people say their writing is awesome. But the problem is that the lore writing, the back end stuff is really amazing. And like when we get this cutscene of Lakshmi talking about the people marching in the street, and then we get the chant, and it's like, oh man, we get that that's the song, as people who dive deep into the other end of it. And that's awesome, but I really want them to get to that point now where it's like we see these scenes happen in game, like that book that we got, that chapter where Crow cocks the gun and the people scatter and everything. Like that would have been a really cool cutscene to get as like a little bonus thing.
But
I know.
But once again, though, I think it's left undone because when Bungie turn and goes, "We making a fucking TV show,"
Yeah.
they don't have to coincide with anything that's happened before. They can just turn around and go, George R.R. Martin do it. And they go, where he can't be bothered to write the books, and then fucking the TV company writ the fucking final book for him, the final whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So I think they've just opened themselves up because when they do a TV show, because that's what they're thinking about doing, then they can just fucking go, yeah, this is what we've done, and then this is tied to, because they've tied. So the lore is written, and then they've got a set of comic books, which is canon as well. And so then you've got graphic novels, not comics. But that's canon, that's tied to fucking Destiny World as well. So when they do a TV show, that will also then be tied to the graphic comics and then graphic fucking novels, and then tied to the game as well.
Yeah.
It's like Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they bought Matrix 1.
Yeah.
They bought Matrix 2.
Yeah.
They bought a computer game.
Yeah.
And then they brought Matrix 3.
Yeah.
The computer game's canon.
Is that the one where you play as the two side characters? You got to choose between the one. I do remember that game, yeah.
And then you can make them kiss each other, like you can make them.
Oh, really?
Kiss. Yeah. So you can play this way you get them to kiss.
I'm gonna go make blocky characters kiss.
Yeah, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, it's happened before where this part is canon within there, and they go, well, the computer game's canon, so whatever happens in the computer game has happened in the system. That's why it's the weird disjointedness of, I think it's the third film with kind of, it's a little bit later. It's kind of a weird disjointed thing.
Yeah.
One of them is disjointed. I can't remember. It's been so fucking long ago. One of them is disjointed is because the computer game is
it filled in the gaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened at a time where multi-platform media was not working quite popularly yet. Like movies, movies were at the movies, right? And then you saw the three Lord of the Rings, and then you seen the Lord of the Rings. You didn't have to like read extra shit, play other stuff to get it. But now with stuff like the MCU and how it was like they were just movie, and then now we have WandaVision, Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Loki on Disney Plus on a separate platform in a TV show format. And look, before anyone fucking yells at me in the chat, I know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. exists. It's not canon. I'm sorry to tell you. But like, you have these other shows on this other platform that you have to.
Sure, it's not canon?
Yeah, I know. Kevin Feige came out and said that it's not canon. 7 seasons doesn't exist. I know. It's shit. Coulson's dead. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just he died. That's it. He didn't actually come back.
Didn't they bring it? Oh, they brought him back in
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I know. Look, it's a thing. Anyway,
savage.
So, and we have all of this world building on a different platform in TV shows, and now, so when Far From Home, what's the next Spider-Man movie? Whatever it's called. Spider-Man 3 is going to have all of this, like, things that happen in the Marvel Universe world that will definitely be tied from Loki and WandaVision, all of that crazy shit, And then especially Doctor Strange coming out next year, it's like you're gonna have all these things that happen on a TV show that, like, if you don't know that these platforms exist, like, if you're not a person that's a fan of the MCU, but you go, I saw Doctor Strange 1, I'll watch Doctor Strange 2, and then you go, fuck, what are they referencing? I don't remember this from the first movie.
Yeah. Because they're gonna, by what I've read about it or heard about it, is they're gonna, especially with Spider-Man. I know we're off topic here. That I know they're gonna reference the other Spider-Man films. So Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, and the Astonishing Spider-Man, I think it is as well. And that's gonna tie in canon, which is great. So I think they've left it back, roll it back onto Destiny. I think they've left it open because they had talks of bringing TV series out.
Yeah.
And I think that's great, because once you start bringing cutscenes, then they have to integrate that part. Go, well, actually, this happened there. Shit, we have to. And I would imagine it's just creative writing that you can tie it in and like tidy it up slightly.
Yeah.
But then it kind of stifles the creative points in certain areas, you know.
Yeah. I just think if you're going to be very creative and like put all the really cool stuff in the lore books, not all of it should be put into the game, but just give us that cutscene, an extra cutscene that sort of makes us go, man, where can I find out more about what's happening right there, like the crow scene, and then that'll tie people more to the lore. Because like we get the whole story with Lakshmi and everything through the weekly story beats, but we see so much more of it in the lore. But if you don't know it's there, you don't go to look for it.
What I reckon is they should have a cutscene per lore book.
Yeah.
A little snip, just a little snip, just to get us bited. Because at the moment I'm reading the Beneath the Endless Night, and only because of what's happening in the thing. But anyone you'd be able to click on it, it's just a little fucking little 30-second clip, bang, gets you fucking biting. Go, ooh, I want to know. I want to know that shit. I want to know what's going on there, and then you read the whole book.
Yeah,
you know,
that'd be cool.
Yeah,
and like I know people are probably going to be, and Bungie doesn't have the budget for this, but like you said, they're opening up their film and media department, their whole other building. Surely they can go, can you guys make 30-second scenes for these books? This is what it has to be. They have the tie-in assets to be able to go. We have a film department building now. Surely they can work it there and make some pretty quality scenes.
Well, sorry, Hart. We're going to be recording the law episode after this as well, so I doubt we're going to be seeing. Nobody's going to see me until 10:30 at least. Because the Weekend Guardians put up a video of the old film cutscenes on Insta, where they're all fucking driving around and they got like the close up like of Iron Man and stuff like that. The old shit,
the live action trailers that came out.
Yeah,
that's what sold me on this game. That one, the very first one, where it's like the two guys are like Venus, and they fly to Venus, and then the warlock chick jumps down the hole. And it's literally because I was watching it and I went, Kay would be that warlock, and she would be the fucking idiot to jump down the goddamn hole.
Nah, you just thinking fucking Anthem. Fuck you,
Anthem didn't exist yet. All right, you need to settle.
Fuck you and your Anthem. Fucking.
You and your fucking Anthem, man. But that trailer sold me so much on that game.
But yeah, and I was like, I forgot about it until I watched it again. And I was like, they can do it. It doesn't. It's not some specialized skills that not some ridiculously CGI shit that they needed to bring in. It was literally a close up of the fucking Guardian, them looking. And then fucking zipping across the fucking countryside on a green screen. Doesn't take much. But something, they got some great animators. It doesn't even have to be, it can just be the ink blot shit.
Yeah.
Just the ink blot shit. Every book gets an ink blot ink blot start. And then that will open you up to getting like the hunger to go and finish the rest of the fucking book. They're not long. It's only 10 pages.
Yeah. They're great. And those ink blot, whoever the artist is, or the artist team that does those ink blots, they have such a creative way of thinking that I don't have, and I hate it because it's so awesome to look at. I wish I could do it, but I just don't have. I cannot picture the way you would do that.
Don't mate. I've been bashing my head against to write the law for this fucking this episode. This next episode.
I don't know if they get the scene and then they think about it in that way and they Like they read how the scene would play out, and then they go, okay, I can do this, and then when
Well-
it's like we see our monster with the Saint one, and then like the lightning flash and everything like.
Well, I got a mate who works
Oh.
in I got a mate who works in advertising. He works for film advertising, and I got a brother-in-law that works for some other advertising. You know the Ladbrokes advert?
Mm-hmm.
Ladbroke kid with Marky Mark.
Yeah.
He's the one who designed that.
Right.
I haven't got a fucking clue what it is. I do not know what it fucking is. What it's supposed to mean. I haven't got a fucking clue. But what they just do, they just sit there, and that's what my good mate who did. He's just come over from the UK, and they say they just sit there. How he did it in the UK, just sit there, whiskey, just shouting ideas back at each other, and then they write it down, and then they get fucking drunk, and then they blah 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 blah, until they get yes, this is the idea, this is how we're going with it, and then they fucking fix another idea, and so that's how they do it. So it's just not one writer. There's like a whole maybe about 10 of the fuckers, you know.
Yeah.
And where you fall down in a certain thing, where I can't think of this, but you may turn and go, let's give Saint a tail. The other person as well, why don't we just fucking go put him upside down so we have the bad saint and the fucking good saint and all that sort of stuff. So the one idea expands and expands and expands until it becomes that thing. But it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to get a writer just to come on and just explain. I wonder if I can. I'll find out who the writer is.
Do it. We are trying to get so many not just Destiny content creators, but we do have a couple lined up. Keep that in mind. But we want to get as many creative people on this show as we can, because creating games is a creative process in many different aspects.
Yeah.
I'm doing a creative writing class at the moment, and there's a game design student who's in that class because he doesn't know how to write the stories for his games. Even though it's a film class, he's like, I want to do this extra class because I just need to know how to change the way I think.
Do you want to give him my number and then let me have a chat with him? Because you don't do any fucking writing.
He's Swedish, so you two would have a fucking amazing time with your accents.
What are you trying to say? No, so like we said, guys, we want as many. It doesn't matter if you design circuit boards. It'd be great to fucking get you on and think how the fucking game is designed. If you a sound guy, I know Strife is your mate guy. Anything like we've got next week, we have tied up a PvP coach, and what this guy does is he takes a person and he will coach him in PvP, bring him up to a certain level, and then let him out. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a guy on next week who's PvP coach, and then we've got other things lined up. So if you got any PvP questions, guys, I just thought I'd run in before we think. If you got any PvP questions, give us a shout. We are going to get him to train one of our guys up in the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, one of our guys in Discord is going to get trained up with this guy, and we're going to write his KD down, and we're going to see if his KD actually changes over a period of time, say 2 months. And we want to see if this actually helps. And then obviously it'd be great because we can give this guy a shout out. He's a fucking really good guy. He hit us up. That's what we want.
Yeah.
All right, questions.
Yes, take us into questions.
All right. I haven't got many. Guys, as well, if I put a fucking question out, if I ask for you some questions, give me questions. Don't just like the picture on Instagram. Give me fucking questions, guys. I love you guys, but I need fucking questions.
I need it. Come on, damn it.
I need fucking questions, guys. I need fucking questions. Fuck me. I have to. That's the trust in Osiris one. Do you trust Osiris? No.
Yeah.
If you had to get rid of one game mode, what would it be? And if so, is there any sort of co-op mode you would want to add, like the Prison of Elders arena from D1, for example? That's off Badger, one of our guys.
Get rid of.
Yeah. I wouldn't like to get rid of. I'd like to evolve it.
Yeah, I would say the same. If I was to evolve, I would evolve Trials. But I think everyone feels like Trials needs work.
Yeah.
I think anything Crucible just needs work. Crucible, I'm going to say, evolve Crucible. They're trying to make ranking up feel more important with the package system, which is good. I think that's great. but you need to get people in.
What I would do is take a raid. So you get one team of 6, another team of 6. You run, but then you have choke points at certain parts of the raid where you connect. And then you have to fight each other as a PvP map. And then you have to kill the other team to get further on into the raid. And then it gives you a time at the end.
So you would put Gambit into a raid.
Yeah.
That's
Fucked.
Oh, fuck, that would piss people off. Imagine
That would be hilarious.
Imagine that. Oh. Imagine being like a really good invader and then someone's about to kill Atheon and then you just fucking wipe.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. So it doesn't affect the bosses. So it goes, so you have a time, it's a time thing. So it's not just, all right, you get to this point to this point. So you have to do each encounter.
Yeah.
But then there's a choke point. So you get past the first guy, past the front door, the door opens, and then that's your choke point. So that funnels you into the next into the 6 Guardians. You have a fight, they fucking die, and then then you're allowed to move on, and then there's a second choke point next to the Gorgons, and then you have to kill them.
Do you have to keep fighting until you win, or is it just if you lose you just get slowed down?
Slow down. Yeah. I don't know if they'd be able to do it, and then you get an extra chest at the end or something like that.
Yeah, I would like that if you won, you got an extra chest.
Or sabotage. So you can sabotage the other person. So you have a part where you can maybe put a grenade down at a certain period of time, and then you go.
What if this was an idea of it's like specifically you put it in like I want to do a Voltaglass race, and it's like 2 teams who know they're going to race each other, and like you can kind of do blockers in a similar way, but it's like when you get to oracles, you can send across an extra oracle.
Oh, fucking hell.
You know what I mean? Like, just fuck up the pattern.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, guys, the challenges are out. Last week was the oracles. I'm not too sure what these are. You do get an extra chest with thing. It's just a challenge mode on all the other business and stuff like that.
Last week was Wyverns. This week is Oracle.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry. Last week was Wyverns. This week is Oracles. Oracles counterclockwise.
Yeah, so you can't shoot the same oracle twice as a player, so you just start at one, make your way around.
Is that one loop though? Is it that all?
I think it only does 5 total oracle kill moments. So, but there's 7. But there's 7 total oracles, so you should be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, something like that. Some sabotage, something sabotage. Whether even it's just in strikes, it doesn't obviously have to be a fucking raid. Just something sabotagey. You get opportunities to snipe people at certain parts of the game. So you get into a strike and you can start sniping people and just piss people off. It'd be fucking hilarious.
I would love to see that. That'd be great for crossplay as well, like Xbox versus PlayStation teams.
Do you think they're gonna do that? It's gonna go, right, we're gonna do an Xbox thing. That's an Xbox team. That's a fucking PlayStation team. Crucible.
That'd be cool if it was an opt-in thing, like on a weekend. So you know how we have like trials on the weekend. What if it's like console wars is this weekend?
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
You opt in for that. I wouldn't do it as an all the time thing. Make it a special event with its own set of pinnacles and bounties, and I think that would pull people in.
Yeah. Oh, and the other one as well, guys, is I have paid for Zoom. We have now got a Relaxed Guardian podcast Zoom thing. So no Discord ever again. And so hopefully we have perfect video if I'm not muted, because Agadakai fucked around with fucking something. I don't fucking know what he's done.
How dare I try and up my quality? Quality. Fucking
How dare you? How dare you do stuff?
I'm listening to all these other podcasts and they're like, you need to make your quality as optimized as possible. And I went, oh my god, I need to run home and fix all my settings and then not test them. Just test it when we go live.
Yeah, just don't do anything. Fuck my fucking. I hate this chair, man. This chair is so sweaty. I'm so hot and I'm so sweaty. I'm gagging for a piss. Again, I don't know why.
With the gagging.
Fucking gagging for a piss, man.
All right.
But
questions,
all right.
Go.
That's it. That's all we got. That's literally, we've talked about the Osiris. Do you have to put a topic of the week?
I did, but we can save it for next week because you were gagging for it.
Well, give me 5 and I'll go and quickly have a piss and come back.
No. We'll leave it there. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah. So the law episode that was number 3 is being delayed slightly. Agnikai has been working fairly hard, guys. It is coming. We are going to record episode 4 tonight. About the speaker. Look, we're all on the socials. We're all on Facebook. We got a fan page. Like it. We've got Insta. Go on there. Give us a love, guys, because let's push this into the mainstream. And we appreciate everything that's happened. We appreciate all the love that we get in off Discord. We appreciate everybody in our Discord and everybody that shows us love. Cheers, guys. Fuck you. I really need to pee.
All right, I'll drop the social while he goes peas. So you can follow us on Instagram at Relax Guardians Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Podcast Relax. You can follow our stream here at twitch.tv/Agnikai_God. I stream on weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, raids and fun with the boys in the Relax Guardians clan. Wednesday, usually for podcast streams. 8 o'clock start, usually. Sometimes life happens. If you want to get the audio version of this, it is on podcast services pretty much everywhere. If you want to get the video version of this afterwards, you can follow us on youtube.com/Agnikai_God. I put up all the VODs up on there. I'm working on getting a YouTube series started up again. Life happens. I'm a bit behind on what I want to do, but it is what it is. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Sebs is taking a massive piss. We'll see you next week.